In this video, we will show you how we are going to create and maintain component templates. Again, the group we are going to use is test. Component templates screen can be accessed from settings. This will give you a window where you can see the components that are already created, if any, for this group. You can see that it is empty since we have created a new group. To create a new component template, there is a button here, add component. If you click on add component, you will get the various options that you can use to define your component. For example, you can create a component called description. It is optional. A component location. This is a directory or repository where I wanted to save all the artifacts, that is the images that I capture, the works that I save, and the reports that I generate for this component. The advantage is that if you are making 5 or 6 components, you can create the location separately for each component so that they won't get mixed up. So if you want to go and see the data for a specific component, you know which directory you have to see. It is basically the file management. You click and browse. You can define a location. I create a new folder. Normally, you create the name of the component will be a meaningful name using which you can identify the component. So I click on OK. The customer, let's say typically it can be the customer that you're going to whom you're supplying the component. Part name, part number, report headings are optional. Here again, as we discussed, you can define a component image which you want to show in a report. So you can always set it here. This is the load button. You can go. This is my component image. You can see it here. If you go to the components tab, you can see this is the component called a test component. Now I have defined the parameters for component. Now I have to create the joins. If you see, you can see these are the different joins that are part of from the drawing. So I'm not going to create all the joins. I'll create 2 joins to give you an idea about how we are going to create the joins and how we can use those functionalities. I'm going to create first WJ631. So I'm going to do the same name. The cross section is nothing but a link to the drawing. You can give a description if you want. Here you can enter the sheet thickness. You can say my base metal thickness is 3 and weld metal thickness is 4. You will specify the component joint type which you have created in the joint section. If you remember, we have created 2 joint types, a T joint and a butt joint. I'm going to say my WJ one is T joint. Now automatically all the parameters that I have set come. Here again you can select, if you don't want everything to be in the measurement process, you can select whatever you want, or you can click on select all. You have created 2 rules, rule 1 and rule 2. Both rules you want to be applicable for part of this. And you can also define a joint image. Joint image is nothing but a master image which give you an idea or an indication about the type of or the location. The option you can join using the click load button. You can load the joint image. You can say, okay, this is my joint image. So my joint image will come here, and you can add job. So this will add my joint to the list. So if you see, I have already added. It's a T joint. It has a sheet thickness, base metal of 3 mm, and a weld metal thickness of 4 mm. Now I am going to create one more. Let's say WJ205. The sheet thickness is 4. Also, if you want to set a different joint type, you can set the joint type differently. But I have not defined any rules for that, so I am going again with T joint. Rules I want to apply. Add the joint. If you see, I have defined two joints. So this way I can define the joints, everything. All the joints in this component can be added. But today we are not going to add everything. We are just added two joints. And I'm going to save the data. So my data is saved. Now this is my test component. I can always come back and edit it and add more or make some changes to that. For that you click on edit button, and it will show you my component image, my joint details. You can edit each joint by clicking on the edit. If you want to disable any parameter, I can do that, or you can leave it like